Alright, so on today's video, we're going to be taking the side steps off, sanding them down, prepping them, and paint matching. They're like a textured black finish right now, which I like for the top. So I'm going to be leaving the top textured, but redoing it all with the rustoleum bed coating. And the sides are going to be sanded smooth sides. And this little ridge up here, it's going to be sanded smooth and painted the same color as the truck. So it kind of blends. This little piece here will be painted the same color as the truck, which that's for the two steps welded together. These were two different set of steps that when I take them off, I'll show you the bottom. And all this back here where I added this piece to come out with the dually flare, and this you're not going to really see, but I just think it finishes it off pretty nice. Alright, so I'm going to take them off, and then we'll take a look at the bottom of them and start prepping them. Alright, so here's the bottom of the steps. They got these tracks, and that's actually where the bolts go through. I'll show you how they go in there. Here's where I cut one. And again, I'm not a welder, so I'm not going to grind these down because you don't see them, and I guess I add a little bit more strength, having more material. This is where I splice the two steps off. I cut this end off of this step, weld this on, and then I put this plate in here also to help reinforce some. And I added that strip there to cover the line, because there is no way that you're going to grind inside of there and make it look the same. And this is about where the doors are, so it looks pretty good. Then we'll come to the back. Here is the part of the step that I cut off of one of these. Welded it to the outside. I had to cut this lip off of it. This lip here. And then this was another piece of another step that I cut off. It made it all work, and I just welded it all together. And then I just had to make this back piece just to finish it off nicely. And these are the little screws that go in the mounts. Pretty much you just slide these screws in here, and they go wherever you need to, so they're all adjustable. And out here is going to have the screws also. And then here are the brackets. This is the bracket I made. That's on the back for where the duty flare is, so you can get stuff out of the bed, because I hated not being able to get stuff out of the bed. I have like a storage box I have up here, and you can never get anything out of the bed without actually going through the back and getting in it. And these are all the other mounts. These mounts are off a 99 plus. All I had to do, for some reason, I guess the angles are different on the cab, and these brackets were actually pointing down a little bit. So what I did right here, I cut them, and I took about an 1/8 inch off, bent it up, and re-welded all of them, and now they're level. So if you want to put the eye boards from eBay on your truck, they're all aluminum. That's what you have to do, and self-tapping screws with nuts. All right, let me get the steps prepped, and I'll show you right before we prime them. All right, here we got the Sidestep Prepped. I sanded everything down, cleaned everything. You can see the sides are smooth. The top is still some texture, but it's gonna be texture anyways. And that top bar is pretty smooth. So now we're gonna do some aluminum primer and start prepping the other one. There's the first coat of primer. I just got all the aluminum bare spots, and everything is going to be painted smooth. It never fails the second you start painting, bugs come out. So final color coat I'm going to do in the garage. That's pretty much it. Starting to look better, all one color. Alright, next step will be color. Alright, so painting has been moved to the garage. After all the bugs yesterday, this step here, started painting this step here yesterday, and I had them standing up, and the wind picked up, and it fell off the table into the grass right after I primed it, and it had grass stuck on everything. So I had to wait till today, sand it back down. I got it sanded down, took all of the spots out. I had dimples in the paint by the grass. Got it all sanded down. I'm gonna prime this one. That one's ready for paint. Everything's already been cleaned, prepped. I gave this one a light scuff also. And wiped everything with Prep All. That is the Rustoleum Truck Bed Pro Grade bed liner we're gonna be using to spray on the top here. I wanted to use Raptor, but I think their texture is a little bit too porous for me. And this one leaves a little bit finer texture. And here, we got the color to match the truck, which is a stock BMW color. And just a quick thing, if anybody's thinking about painting a truck a custom color, try to pick a color that's on a car, because it's so much easier going to the corner to the store and buying it than having to order it online again. All right, so let me get that primer shot and then start spraying some color. All right, here we are, 2 coats in. Looking pretty good. The center I'm not really too worried about doing because that's all gonna be painted with the bed liner. All right, we'll get one last coat on it, and then I'll show you what it looks like with light. All done with the color coat. I got 3 coats on. I shot this in a single stage. It was just a Sidestep. Nothing crazy. And the reason I love this color, look at that blue pop with the light. All right, steps are painted. Taped off. Now it's time to shoot the Rustoleum Truck Bed Pro Grade Turbo. It's kind of massive. Shake it up good. It says it sprays up to 10 inches wide. Let's see all that. Looks pretty good.
But mankind won't be destroyed.
This is one light coat. It says one light coat at 50%. You can see it's a very subtle texture. Sprayed nice. Sprays pretty quick too. I know the lighting's not the best in here. You can see the texture. Alright, let it flash off a little bit and give it another coat. Alright, we're done. I did 3 coats of the Rustoleum truck bed coating. It came out really nice. Pretty nice texture. Had a little bit of problems with it, kind of lifting here where I took the tape off. Where I went over the tape, I think I waited too long. I pulled the tape like 5 or 10 minutes after I sprayed it, and I guess it was already tacky enough. But it looks pretty good. I mean, the steps come out really nice. Can't wait to see them on the truck and in the daytime. We'll see how the durability goes. It's probably been an hour since I sprayed it, and here on the table, it's already dry to the touch. And you can scratch it with your nail. But I imagine once it gets harder, but it's not really coming off the table, and I didn't even prep it. But they came out really good. I'm happy with it. Hopefully they last. I, however, do not recommend anybody to purchase this to do a whole bed, because it would be incredibly expensive. Even with 3 or 4 coats that I put on there, it's not incredibly thick. I would imagine if you actually use your bed, it'd probably rub off pretty fast. But the texture is perfect for a step, and just these 2 steps, use the whole can. And it does not like spraying down. You gotta keep it vertical. So what I did, I kind of angled the steps a little bit to help. And the other thing I didn't like about the turbo nozzle, you can see like a flat tip. After every coat, I would clear it out by spraying it upside down, and the next time I'd shoot, it'd shoot all splotchies, and I'd have to clear it out again. And then you'll be shooting, you'll shoot a nice wide pattern, and then it'll start doing this, getting a little splotchy. So I'm actually surprised at how good and even the finish came out. The other one came out pretty good too. So I'm gonna take these outside to the bench, flip them over, and start installing the lights in them. That's gonna be it for painting the side steps. I'm gonna clean all the tape residue that's on the side of the steps now, and then I'm gonna take them over to the bench and install the Underglow lights on the bottom. Alright, we're out here at the workbench. I mounted the LED strip light here. What I did, I put some double-sided tape in the end, in the center, and the other end, and then I also made 3D printed these clamps that go in these clamps that go, the bolt goes in that track, it clamps, and then you can see the light's a little bit smaller than the step, so it's tapered. I'll show you this clip here. It's kind of hard to tell black on black. It's got that little step, so it goes in there and clicks in it, and that foot on the end holds the light from sliding out. Little rush clip. There's a truck meet tonight and I'm trying to make it, so. Alright, next video will be on the truck lighted up. We got the steps on, the lights are connected, and here they are. Nice blue glow. Texture came out really nice on them. You can change the color to white, that for some reason comes out purple in the video. Red, green, and it kind of has, or you can pick what you want. Color strobe, color fade, everything's done with the remote. It's kind of nice. And you can connect it with the music, but there's no music right now. And I'll probably just have it on blue or on white. That's pretty much it, guys. Looks pretty good. Hopefully I get the bed back this weekend, start putting the bed on, making sure those tires tuck. Till the next video, make sure you like and subscribe so you can follow the build.